Hello and welcome back to Mega TT Hobbies. It has been a few weeks since I have been able to do a video, and especially for this end of the year contest for 90s. Shout out to Adam for hosting, and then our team captain Chase. I need to do a video. I have got stacks and stacks and stacks. I've been just kind of cranking on sending out as cold evenings have been going on and things aren't quite so crazy with activities. And then actually I got super sick last week, to include hanging out in the hospital for a few days. So yeah, that is kind of where I've been, but on the mend, and hopefully things just continue to get better. Thankful for antibiotics to battle bacteria. And you hopefully notice I had an opportunity to make cute little backgrounds. Let's kind of tweak it just a little bit. The Dalek needs to. So, cute little Peyton Manning bear. A great Frog Lady sketch card that I picked up recently from a UK person on Etsy. Grogu in Christmas attire. This is actually a salt and pepper shaker set that I got from my brother and his family as a birthday present. And then this cool thing is, if you order from Her Universe, who is founded by Ashley Eckstein, the voice of Ahsoka Tano, they have a limited amount of these pens, and she autographs them, and I just thought that was really cool. I missed out on it, and so I ordered a couple gifts in order to get that, because it's free with, I think if you spend like $50 or more. And if you know anything, Ashley Eckstein does not sign generally below that amount, so I thought that'd be really cool. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with some failures. Ron Yari, I think he's a fee. So that would have been in the 91 Superman set. So I might double check on that. Try to send it. That came in from San Bernardino, California, pretty quick. This one I had tried for Zach Thomas. He didn't sign it. He did, however, send along this kind of card thing, and it looks pretty legit. So that's pretty cool, but for the purposes of 90s, obviously, that is a failure. That would have been coming in from Miami, Florida. This next one, like I said, we're getting failures out of the way. From Raleigh, I had sent to Hubert Davis this pretty cool basketball card I found, but it says, you know, he's helping coach right now, and basically, unfortunately, we cannot send autographed items upon request or send items received in the mail. There's some items out there for sale for charity. So, you win some, you lose some. Failure when it comes to 91. Thought I would try Lynn Swan, but at least I got the index card signed. So that was cool. As expected, Doug Jones passing away. So his family, or his wife and family, did return those. And then this next one, Dan Reeves is not feeling well and is unable to sign. It came from P. Reeves, so looks like it might be daughter. So that is unfortunate. So let's move on to some positives. Las Vegas, Nevada came in about a week. Bob Malecki. And I think these are all new people for me. He signs quite a bit, but I like that one the best. Great signer again, Las Vegas in like a week. Phoenix, Arizona in about a week. Jack Daughtry. And I did send some 91s just to include. They might be like upgrades for set cards. Atlanta Metro sent out late November, came back mid-December on a random basketball card that I had, which I don't have a lot from the 90s. Tony Delk. And then he signed the index card too. Like I said, I think I have not shared these yet. But the guys will double check on me. This went out early November, and there's really nowhere to tell like when it came back, it looks like. Coming in from Canada, I'm very excited about this one. Brendan Shanahan. For the Blues, PC. So, just real quick, I sent to Canada that requires a global stamp, or what would be 3 of our regular stamps. You can buy from the Canadian Postal Service stamps that, so you can mail something from Canada back to the US. They're quite reasonable, $1.30, give or take a little bit. And this one was sent out early November and came back in the last few weeks. Dave Lowry. So it's really quite easy to send cards to Canada. I think I got some more stamps, so probably find some more, mainly hockey folks, to work on with that. Wanted to focus on some NASCAR because those are great for TTM. So Bobby Allison, he always sends along this little signed card. He wrote a note to us, but this is a 96. Signed a few cards coming in from Charlotte, North Carolina. And like I said, he wrote great little note to us as well. What do we have? Atlanta Metro. 3rd week of November, coming back mid-December. Chris Carpenter, the CRIS Carpenter. Unfortunately, I think that just got thrown back into the envelope too quick, but still, it looks nice. NASCAR sent out early December, just came back this week. Len Wood, there's a 93 Max. That one kind of smudged, but that's okay. For the Wood Brothers, that was Greensboro, Piedmont. Coming in Charlotte, North Carolina, and actually he returned our donation because this is from Mr. Kyle Petty, who does the charity ride and nonprofit stuff in honor of his son Adam, but because he signed a whole stack for us, sent some modern and some older, I think. let's see. Yep. 94. So, another great petty family. But that was sent out right before Thanksgiving and then took about 2 weeks from Charlotte. Macon, Georgia. Super quick return. Manny Hernandez, who is a great signer from the Dolphins. So these Supermans are from 1990. And then I had some older, pretty beat up cards that turned out fantastic from him. So that was less than a week. I sent it 4 days later. He was mailing it back. Santa Barbara, California. Sent the 22nd of November, postmarked the 29th. TTM legend, Mr. Smith, decided to get a variety of Rockies, Cardinals, and Expos. Indianapolis, Indiana sent out 11/22, postmarked back from there on the 29th. When we're talking TTM legends, here's another one, Bill Samkin, who's got a great signature. I love the Expos, especially of the 90s, so I can never have enough Expos cards. I'm one of those ones that hopes they come back or the Rays move up there or something. 11/22, back a week later. San Diego, California. Mr. Charles Nagy. Signing awesome. In blue. I'm just going to keep going. These are going to be some long videos. You should see the stacks that I have. San Bernardino, California. You can tell that I sent a lot on the 22nd of November. So, like the week before. And then they came back the latter part of November. Greg Harris on the 91. And then I couldn't find anything for him. Had thrown in the index card just for some protection. And he nicely signed it. North Texas, Dallas, Texas sent out 11/22 with the rest of these. Coming back about a week later, David Need. I think these are from, 1993. And then index card, which I can always reuse. Charlotte, North Carolina, which means one thing. It's NASCAR. Came back in about 10, 12 days from Mr. Derek Cope, who sent us a nice little note, giving it up for the action-packed racing edition, but a fair amount of other old 90s cards. Charlotte, North Carolina sent out 11/26, so right at Thanksgiving. Came back postmarked the 3rd of December from Charlotte. Mr. Kevin LePage. Didn't have much variety for him, but did want to get the 94. And then the 2006. Shreveport, Louisiana. This is a big one. The legend sent out 11/9. Shreveport, Louisiana on the 1st. Mr. What was he? The Chief? Mr. Robert Parrish. This is the 90-91. And then I had this one. I just liked just all the space available to sign. What is that? That is a $89.90. And then a newer, like, Topps Finest. So, he's a great signer. I don't do a ton with basketball, but gotta get those great older signers. 11/22 coming back December 2nd out of Santa Clarita. Randy Kutcher. Again, I tried to send along if I had some 91s. You never know what might upgrades these be. And when I say, you know, September 2nd, so it's going to be here a couple days later. But based on the chaos of these last few weeks, that's just kind of ballpark. Sent out the 22nd, back on, postmarked out of Phoenix, Arizona on the 2nd. Another TTM legend, Jay Bell, who is obviously actively signing, since it is the off-season. He coaches in the minors. And I think that was a private address and not like a baseball facility. Sent the 9th back on the 1st. I think this is a 1990 something. I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but that says 96. Broncos legend, always great. 1/1 signing for Mr. Steve Atwater. We're gonna keep going for a few more minutes. Gotta get these points pulled in. NASCAR. I think this might have just gotten even here today. Sent on the 4th, postmarked out of Charlotte on the 11th. Let's find my card. So this is very cool. If that doesn't scream 90s, I don't know what does. Not only did he sign it there, but he signed it there. And then he sent along a lot of other information, answered some questions. This is a great testimonial card, which you don't see a ton of those with racing. And then he sent along his business card as well. So that'll look awesome with the kind of the different testimonial cards that I've gotten mainly from baseball players. This was just a random kind of long shot. Matt Drews, I had some kind of young prospect cards for. That's a 1993. And he definitely hooked it up. And I think there's a whole... Yeah. There's a whole really cool letter. And he said normally he doesn't like reply to letters. He just signs and sends back. But he felt like he wanted to and share some of his stories with us. So thank you to him. Let's get these out of the way, and we'll get through a few more, call it quits, get kids to sleep, and keep on sharing some successes. Sent on the 9th, came back about a month later, another reliable one, Mr. Bobby Witt. I felt since he signed so much, I wanted to send a little bit of money, which he nicely and kindly sent back. I thought that was cool to get a variety, get an Oakland card in there, but that's North Texas, Dallas, Texas. Phoenix, Arizona. Sent out the 3rd, came back on the 15th. Craig Paquette. Working on these. I like these prospect things, so I'll have to see if any of these other guys sign, and I just had this random minor league card as well. That's the fun of this contest, is it's been fun to like dig through and find a bunch of 90s cards, which I have a ton of. Orlando, Florida, sent out on the 6th, postmarked on the 14th. Larry, I think it's Seipel. So I would assume hopefully this Superman counts from, what did we say it was from? 1990. But then he signed a couple of older cards for me. Again, a great Dolphins team signer. Hartford, Connecticut, random basketball, sent out on the 26th, postmarked on the 13th. Scott Burrell. And that is a fancy basketball card towards the late 90s. North Houston, Texas, sent out on the 3rd, postmarked on the 13th. This is a 94 Mark Ferris, this prospect card. And I like he included a little note. Dream big and work hard. And he signed it. Then this last one for this one until I can get back to it. Rochester, New York, sent out on the 3rd, postmarked on the 11th. Another very reliable signer, Frank DiPino. I guess I sent a couple of 90s ones. Always a great and add for some Cardinals set cards. So that is that. I got a ton more, but I gotta go get kids to sleep and then get back to making videos. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back soon with more parts to TTM successes, and these are focusing on the 1990s contests we've got going on right now. Have a great night.